The idea says, hey, now's the time to leave. Now's the time to exit. Is the first step getting a valuation then?
I think it's the second step.
Okay.
So the first step is really getting clear on what matters to you in the sale.
More questions.
Yeah, there are 15 different objectives, right?
Yeah.
That a business owner can have.
Yeah.
Or can have. They may not. Every objective might not apply to every person. Let me give you some examples. Some business owners will prioritize the maximum possible proceeds or sale price.
Yeah.
Others will value continuity of the particular jobs or all the jobs.
Yeah.
Some care about the roles of specific people that might be related to that business owner.
Mm-hmm.
There are priorities around taxes, of course. A business owner might have something else going on in their life that has really pushed up their taxable income. And so related to the transaction, they really want to take a strategy and look for a specific buyer and a structure that will minimize their taxes. Now, asking business owners to clarify their objectives in a generic sense is not helpful. Business owner is in the trenches, building their company,
Yep.
managing the culture, hiring, firing, looking at numbers, in many cases, trying to make payroll next week,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so it's much more helpful to say, okay, business owner, Sally, Jennifer, Mike, Tom, sometimes you have multiple business owners, and we'll actually put them in different rooms and say, here are 15 different objectives. We want you to basically group them, high, medium, and low.
Yeah.
And then for the high objectives or the high priority objectives, we want you to articulate why that's important.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes there's an emotion, right, behind the surface. Sometimes there's a priority that's 2 or 3 questions deeper into the conversation that's different than that top level objective. You've heard the explanation that there's a reason and then there's the real reason. Right?
Sure.
That ultimately helps us to design a whole process, what buyers we target, how we build the unique financials for those different buyers, and many other aspects of the playbook and the plan to accomplish those objectives, those top few objectives that are disproportionately more important than the rest. So the objectives are the most important. The next step is to create that bulletproof valuation.
Yeah.
We call it bulletproof because it's not superficial, it's defensible. And that's a forensic analysis of the strategic, operational, and financial building blocks of the business that, again, help us to say, okay, if we were to position this building block with this one, it's going to be attractive to this set of buyers. If we take instead these 2 other building blocks, it'll be attractive to these other buyers. Wait a minute. Well, if we combine, building block C and building block D, that would be attractive to a whole other set of buyers that typically have an extra 30%, right? Because they're trying to accomplish a specific imperative that they've communicated to their shareholders. Well, that wouldn't have been clear to us if we didn't do the forensic analysis and really understand each of those building blocks, because we didn't look deep enough, right? As many onions, layers of the onion rather. Let me start that part over again.
Sure.
If we didn't pull back layer after layer after layer of the onion,
Mm-hmm.
we wouldn't have identified nearly as many building blocks that would have identified the buyers who would pay the most for that business. And in many cases, prioritize other things the seller cares about, like their culture, their team, and the reputation of that business in the community.